In this episode, we focus on a bare-knuckle star turned boxer who had a short stint under the Marquess of Queensberry rules. How good was Paddy Ryan? Patrick Ryan was born on March 15, 1851 in Thurles, Tipperary, Ireland. Ryan stood 5 feet 11 inches. He had an aggregate weight of around 196 pounds for his career. Ryan's boxing career spanned from 1885 to 1887. He had 0 wins, 2 losses, and 0 draws. He also had 1 no contest and 1 no decision bout. Now, Paddy Ryan was a popular and tough bare-knuckle fighter who transitioned to boxing later in his career, primarily to take on John L. Sullivan, the former world heavyweight champion. Ryan had decent size for the time, and this proved to be beneficial in the bare-knuckle world as he was a former wrestler. Ryan wasn't as skilled on the boxing front, but he did have the experience and endurance to give fighters problems. Ryan's first boxing match was against none other than the Boston strong boy John L. Sullivan on January 19, 1885. The fight went down at the Madison Square Garden in New York. The two men were familiar with each other, having faced off as early as 1882 under London prize ring rule. Sullivan led off with a body shot as the action commenced in the first round. Ryan followed this up with a few shots to the head that made Sullivan's skin start to turn red, in addition to angering the champion. From there, the two men started to exchange heavy blows in combination. This led the fight inspector and New York City police captain to jump in the ring and separate the fighters, bringing the fight to a halt. Many fights were disguised as exhibitions during these times, for which knockouts were not allowed. The fight was ruled a no contest. In the aftermath of the fight, Ryan stated that he would have won the match had the authorities not interfered. The crowd in attendance was in agreement, and he was cheered as he exited the ring and the arena. Ryan's next venture was a contest with Frank Glover, heavyweight champion of Illinois. The fight went down in Chicago on September 13, 1886. The fight took place on a boat where a 24-foot ring was set up for the contest. It was raining during the entirety of the fight. The two men slugged it out for 2 rounds before the police broke up the fight. 2 referees had been appointed for the fight, with one calling it a win for Ryan while the other one saw it as a draw. The bout was officially a no decision. On November 13, 1886, Ryan would have a return bout with John L. Sullivan in San Francisco, California. Sullivan would show his force in this fight as he knocked out Ryan in the 3rd round of the contest. Ryan's final boxing match would take place on December 23, 1887, when he faced off against heavyweight contender, the Mission Boy Joe McAuliffe, in San Francisco. Ryan was countered with a hard right hand to the neck that nearly sent him out of the ring in the 1st round, though he was saved by the bell. McAuliffe bloodied and dropped Ryan to the canvas twice in the 2nd round before sending him to the canvas again in the 3rd. Ryan gave up at this point and McAuliffe was the victor. While Ryan didn't have many boxing matches given the time he spent building his name in the bare-knuckle world, he was a draw and well-liked boxer, making the transition relatively seamless as far as fanfare. Ryan faced 1 Hall of Famer. His most notable fights were against, of course, Hall of Famer John L. Sullivan, Frank Glover, and Joe McAuliffe. Paddy Ryan died on December 14, 1900 at 49 from Bright's disease. He played a critical role in the sport during the 1800s and was one of the big-name fighters competing in the United States. His contests with John L. Sullivan are still some of the biggest matchups in the history of the sport. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.